What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me right here at my YouTube channel. This is where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. And right now, let's go back to Survivor 41. Let's have a conversation about Shan in Survivor 41. Because I gotta tell you, I'm seeing a lot of hate towards this person. A lot of hatred towards Shan. And a lot of it comes from the fact that she is a pastor. Alright? First of all, Shan is not my favorite player this season. Xander is my favorite player this season. But I've always said I respect players who play. And I want players who play on my season of Survivor. So, when I see Shan playing hard, you go, girl. I'm all for it. You play hard because you make for entertaining TV. Whether I find you as a hero or a villain is inconsequential. You are entertaining. Russell Hanson was a villain. He was also one of my favorite players of all time because he played hard. All my favorite players in history played the game hard. Some of them I didn't even like, but I liked watching them. Johnny Fairplay, I didn't like him. I loved watching him. So, Shan. I'm trying to understand the hatred that I'm seeing a lot of people online have towards her. And I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around it. I'm seeing people point to the fact that she's a pastor. Pastors don't lie. Don't they? This is not an attack on Christianity, by the way. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I'm a loud and proud Christian. And as a Christian, I'm going to get preachy here. So if you don't want somebody to get preachy, you can feel free to exit this video. As a Christian, I believe that we live in a fallen world. And everybody is inherently sinful. Everybody sins. We all fall short of the model that Christ made for us. None of us are able to reach that. We all fall short. So to say that Shan is a bad person because she's lying and she's also a pastor, that is inherently erroneous as a Christian. Down to its core, that is erroneous. Christians are capable of lying. Pastors are capable of lying. And they're capable of doing it accidentally. They're capable of doing it on purpose. We've got this ideology in our head that somebody who is a Christian should not play a game to win. And I'm seeing some of those arguments online as well. Like, well, she's just in it for herself. What kind of Christian is that? When I play a game with my pastor, which I have before, I played cards with my pastor before. I don't expect him to tell me what's in his hand. Listen, pastor. All right, pastor, you've got to tell me. Because you're a pastor and you're not able to bluff, because a bluff is lying. Therefore, you have to tell me what's in your hand, otherwise you're lying. Let's get down to the core of what Survivor is here. At its core, Survivor is a game. It's a game. It's a game with rules. You have to follow the rules, and everything else is strategy. Everything else that happens within what it is strategy. As long as you stay within the rules. Therefore, any kind of deception that happens in the game, it wouldn't even be considered an evil. It wouldn't even be considered an evil that is happening, that this person is knowingly doing. It's not a lie in the strictest sense of what a lie is. A lie is designed to deceive a person outside of a game. All right. I'm not going to expect to be playing Texas Hold'em with somebody and to have them let's use a different game. I'm not going to expect to be playing Uno with somebody and have them turn their cards around for me. I'm not going to expect to be playing poker with somebody and have them turn their cards around for me. I'm not going to expect to be playing any game that involves deception and have them, well, listen, I'm a Christian, so I have to tell you what I have. That's not how it works. There are games in this world that involve deception. And you have to win that game, you have to use deception. And Survivor is certainly one of those games. You have to use deception to win Survivor. And if you lie within the context of the game, if you lie in Survivor, you are not committing some sort of horrible sin, whether you believe in sin or not. Here's the thing. Whether you believe in sin or not, you cannot objectively say that person is committing a sin if it's done in the context of the game. Now, I've talked to people about this online, and I've had people say, but you're not playing for $1 million in Uno. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're playing for. You know, when you're talking about sin, you know, playing for pride biblically can be just as bad as playing for $1 million. So the prize doesn't matter. What matters is your deception in the context of the game, or is your deception in the context of committing an evil? If it's in the context of a game, it's a game. It's a game. And people cannot judge a pastor off of deception in a game. And even if they could, it would be irresponsible to do so, because the assumption here is that if you are throwing a stone at somebody for committing a sin while they're a Christian, then my assumption is that you too are a Christian and that you don't sin. That's the assumption. All right? And again, that is false. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Shan fan in the world, but I do think that she's being treated very unfairly. And I believe that there's a lot of people sitting up on their false thrones, accusing her of some sort of sin because either A, they just don't like her, or B, I think that this is also a population, part of the Shan hating population. I think there are people who just don't like Christianity or organized religion, and they're looking at how she behaves and they're saying, aha! I told all of you that they were hypocrites. I told all of you that they were liars. When in reality, the people who are yelling that don't understand religion in the first place. Okay? Christians aren't perfect. Christians are fallen people. Christians sin. So you can't look at a Christian who lies in the context of a game or out of the context of a game and say, I told you they're all hypocrites. Because they are fallen people. They aren't Jesus. They aren't Jesus. All right, guys. I just wanted to talk about that, you know. I feel like Shan has gotten a bad rap from people from the religious community and people outside of the religious community for the same reasons, from completely different perspectives. So, she's not my favorite player, but I have to come to her defense on this one, because Survivor is a game where deception is necessary, and at the end of the day, it's just a game. I don't know why people get so bent out of shape about lying in Survivor, especially on social media. People get bent out of shape about lying about Survivor. People get bent out of shape about deceiving. People get bent out of shape when you see people celebrating. Like, it's a game, people. It's a game. No different than sitting down and playing a game of Monopoly. No different. But there's $1 million at stake. So what? It's a game. Alright, guys. What do you think? Am I completely off base about Shan, or do you agree with me, or does the truth fall somewhere in the middle? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. While you're down there commenting, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for joining me right here at the LQ Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we'd love to talk about. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Hey guys, it's LQ with the LQ Review. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me.